Hey everyone, this is Daniel from PhoneArena with a video comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S3, Samsung's flagship that has sold 30 million units to date, and the newest entrance in Android flagship phones, the HTC One X Plus. It's an upgraded version of the One X with a faster processor, more internal memory, and larger battery capacity. Both phones are very thin and light, with curved designs and rounded edges, making them very ergonomic to hold, to the extent that 4.7 and 4.8 inch screens allow. The Galaxy S3 feels a tad thinner in the palm, but the One X Plus provides for a firmer grip with its soft touch finish on the back here. The S3 doesn't sport this unibody design, so you can pry off the paper thin back cover at any time and swap the memory card or the battery. The One X Plus is shut tight, but comes with 4 times the 16GB storage capacity of a basic S3. The Samsung phone sports a physical home key here on a pretty thin lower bezel, which is very comfortable to operate and preferable for some people before the capacitive keys found on the One X Plus. Most side and front buttons, physical or not, on the handsets are easy to feel and responsive, with the exception of the volume rocker of the One X Plus, which is too flush with the surface here and with too shallow of feedback, so it takes some getting used to. We have the so-called infinity display on the One X Plus, hinting at the seamless transition of its bezel to the sides of the unibody chassis. A very good 4.7 inch Super LCD touchscreen with 1280 by 720 pixels of resolution and 312 ppi pixel density. The S3 sports the same resolution, but on a 4.8 inch HD Super AMOLED display with 306 ppi density. The screen experiences are pretty different, and we don't mean the RGB pixel matrix arrangement of the X Plus versus the Penta one in the S3, which could only be told if you examine solid colors like this here, green and red, and the icons very closely for the screen door looks. What we mean is that the LCD unit on the One X Plus is much brighter than the AMOLED panel on the S3. Granted, Samsung has achieved a very low reflectance ratio for its display, but the visibility outside still goes to the One X Plus, as it has pretty low screen reflection as well, but it's much more radiant. Indoors, the Galaxy S3 exhibits some typical for AMOLED flaws, like cold oversaturated colors. The Galaxy S3 covers much wider color gamut than the NTSC standard, and it makes for gaudy colors in comparison with the One X Plus. Its calibration is all over the place too, often exhibiting various color overcasts, like a greenish or bluish looking display. If those don't bother you though, the vivid eye-popping colors here of this Super AMOLED display will appeal to many, and you'd appreciate the deeper blacks of the AMOLED display in comparison with the One X Plus. Let's have a look at the interfaces now on these two screens. Now that Jelly Bean's Project Butter's 60 frames per second interface fluidity has disposed of any perceived lack in performance, on both Android headsets here, things boil down to looks and functionality. The Sense UI seems more polished and more uniform across the board here, compared to these rather squarish icons and more ragtag feel of the Nature UX on the Galaxy S3. But when it comes to new functions, Samsung takes the cake. Things like the Smart Stay feature that keeps the screen on by recognizing you looking at it, the pop-up play function that allows you to watch a video and do something else in the meantime by detaching it. Like that. Very handy. And some other features make the Nature UX a winner in terms of functionality. Moreover, the multi-window mode is coming to the handset to make things even better. Sense 4 Plus also has its thoughtful touches though, like going directly into the camera app when you unlock the screen. and had been taking pictures before it went to sleep or was locked, like that. The abundance of personalization options, like widgets, as well as themes and skins, are also very rich here, with HTC Sense 4 Plus compared to the Nature UX, where you can mostly customize by changing the wallpaper, and that's that. Also, HTC has pimped the gallery. For example, you can combine the pictures in your phone now with the albums you have uploaded to Facebook, SkyDrive, Flickr and Dropbox, in addition to Picasa now. We have the keys on the HTC One X Plus virtual keyboard, taller than the ones on the Galaxy S3, but with less space between them. We don't have the arrow keys now by default displaying. You can turn them on from the settings though. And on both handsets we have this swipe-like functionality, which is a bit easier to use on the HTC One X Plus, since it is leaving this yellow trail on a dark gray background. Much better to look at, and the colors of the trail can even be customized further if you wish. With the trace color option. So customizations run pretty deep with the HTC Sense 4 Plus, and it is one advantage before the Galaxy S3. The 1.7 GHz quad-core Tegra 3 in the One X Plus compares very favorably, or even tops in benchmarks, the 1.4 GHz quad-core Exynos 4412 in the Galaxy S3, despite its older 40 nanometers production method. When it comes to the US versions of the Galaxy S3, which are powered by 1.5 GHz dual-core Snapdragon S4, the upgraded Tegra 3 in the One X Plus excels even further. The downside is that it is not as power efficient and heats up the phone quite a bit under heavy load, especially when gaming. Both chips make sure you have an Android powerhouse in your hands and can deal with any app or mobile game thrown in them easily, with some graphics advantage going to the GPU in Exynos. Nvidia has the Tegra Zone though, which offers exclusive game titles for Android phones with its mobile processors. The handsets come with 1 GB of RAM, but HTC allows you to run only 8 apps at once and will automatically close the oldest ones when you open more, whereas the S3 lets a much wider task list run unabated at all times. As you can see, we achieved 7,646 points on Quadrant for the HTC One X Plus and 5,259 points on the Samsung Galaxy S3. When it comes to the all-important internal memory though, the HTC One X Plus wins hands down, thanks to its 64 GB of the good stuff supplied. The basic version of the Galaxy S3 ships with 16 GB, and you can easily add more via memory card to even things out, but still that huge out-of-the-box storage of the One X Plus is a major upside. Both Samsung and HTC use default browsers of their own, though HTC supplies Chrome as an alternative to its Sense 1 and 2. The stock browsers do an excellent job at zooming, scrolling, panning around and reflowing text, with a slight fluidity advantage going to the Galaxy S3. The HTC browser is more versatile and easy to use, however, despite the annoying habit to reload the tabs each time you switch back on them. It offers full Adobe Flash support, which can be easily turned on and off here from the context menu. This Unreal Tournament page, for example, requires Flash to display. And tough luck here with the Samsung Galaxy S3. The HTC One X has no problems with full Adobe Flash support. So If you need flash, you'll be out of luck on the Samsung Galaxy S3. Bookmarking or saving pages for later reading is also easier in HTC's browser due to a handy bar that appears at the bottom. When you scroll up, like here, you're saving the page for a later reading. There's also this read mode, which strips the article from ads and videos and just leaves the text and simple pictures for easier reading. So in terms of functionality, the HTC One X Plus wins. When we had the Adobe Flash Player full support, it wins even more before the browser of the Galaxy S3. The One X Plus is offering 42 megabits per second theoretical speeds in its HSP Plus radio, whereas the Galaxy S3 supports 21 megabits. There are versions of both handsets with LTE radios, 100 megabits download speeds theoretically for the respective carriers. Other than that, both have the full suite of connectivity options, and the HTC One X Plus now supports USB on the go via its MHL port. The music player interfaces offer song categorization and album art as usual, but differ in terms of functionality. The one on the One X Plus allows you to aggregate access to tunes in the internal storage with the ones you have in the 7 digital locker you bought or tune-in radio, but you can't create mixed playlists, for example. The Galaxy S3 also offers its music hub powered by 7 digital, but as a separate app. It does have an abundance of sound controls and equalizer presets though, whereas HTC only has the Beats audio mode when you plug in a headset. The difference in sound is quite noticeable then though, as the volume ramps up significantly and the bass is more pronounced. In terms of loudspeakers, the phones offer units with pretty decent strength and clean sound, but the One X Plus sounds a tad fuller than the Galaxy S3. When it comes to video playback, the Galaxy S3 plays whatever you throw at it, up to Full HD resolution, whereas on the One X Plus we have only support for DivX XVAD files up to 720p, as you can see, and for anything more you have to hit the Play Store. Still, we can take screenshots while running video here, which is nice, but not nicer than the pop-up play function here on the Galaxy S3. We've got 8 megapixel backside illuminated sensors with adjacent LED flash units on both handsets, offering a zero shutter lag, continuous shot, panoramas, HDR, and an abundance of other camera options. The HTC One X Plus even has this slow motion video. The One X Plus allows you to shoot video and take pictures from one and the same start screen, and the menu settings for both functions are integrated into one here. Very handy. It also has this blue orb above the virtual shutter keys with an abundance of effects you can apply to your pictures and video. Again, easier to use than on the Galaxy S3. When we come down to photo quality, however, the Galaxy S3 wins, as the HTC One X Plus often botches the white balance measurements, resulting in pictures with purple overcast. They also look very overprocessed and with less detail compared to the clean, more natural colors of the pics from the Galaxy S3, which manages to keep plenty of detail with low noise levels, even inside. Video capture runs at 1080 with 30 frames per second outside for both devices, but the frame rate from the HTC One X Plus is skippy and with artifacts at times, while the rate drops to 22 frames per second and the phone has troubles with jumpy autofocus indoors. The Galaxy S3, in contrast, offers very fluid, natural-looking videos both inside and outdoors. HTC managed to pull off a very capable contender for the holiday Android battles by upgrading its spring chicken flagship One X where it counts, gracing it with the whopping 64GB of storage at launch. The Galaxy S3 and the One X Plus are very comparable devices now in processing might, and we would even give the chassis display and storage rounds to the One X Plus chassis, since this arched unibody with soft touch finish is more ergonomic to grip and hold. Display, because of the better outdoor visibility, and storage, yeah, the 64GB. Galaxy S3 earned some points before the One X Plus in the above areas though, for usage flexibility due to its non-unibody chassis, and in display for the deeper blacks. Where it definitely excels before the One X Plus is the camera unit, both in pictures and video quality, and especially while shooting indoor footage. In terms of software, HTC Sense Plus is more uniform looking, and the browser is much more functional with its full support of Adobe Flash and the read mode, whereas the Nature UX on the Samsung Galaxy S3 is more functional with its Smart Stay pop-up play and the upcoming multi-window mode. Ultimately, it all depends on what price you find those two handsets at and what priorities you have as a user. This was a video comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the HTC One X Plus from PhoneArena. For more information about these and other handsets, you can visit us at phonearena.com. Thanks for watching.